would say sun is shining and the weather is sweet. And someone would say, is this love? And everyone would say everything. Let's move it.
Stand up for your right. Stand up for your rights. That's how we start the week. This is what it's all about. Well, now we see the light. That's right, Greenie. Boom! Bow! You gotta put the groove down. Either you're fighting or you're dying. Good morning, Mariah. Either you're fighting or you're dying. Don't give up your rights. Give me a couple of smashes for this morning's music. Where's the smashies? Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up, bam. Good morning, good Monday morning. We have some stuff to do. Let's do a little bit. We're going to calm it down just a touch. Smish smash. Let's do a little bit of, Marvin, you're marvelous. And then we have something else to talk about. Let's go. To do some loving, here today. Too late was not the answer. Got to love to baby. Some loving here today. Reality. What's going on? What's going on? Fungi to you dot two. Fungi to you dot two is my IG. You got some Marvin going on, Shasta girl. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for writing it. Air, that is correct. You guys knock it off with the cornbread. Goofballs. Pops makes amazing cornbread, and he plays amazing cornbread here in the mornings. Grab some butter and sit down. Oh, Faye, I did that. Faye, I did that a couple weeks ago. That was amazing. Pavarotti and James. Carlotta actually put up with it. She was okay with it. Carlotta. Okay, let's do some learning here today. That was some loving here today. Let's do some learning here today. Listen, I know that I already played this on my IG yesterday. I know that. But I'm going to play it again here now. I'd like about... How you doing? Gosh, Pops needs to clean some screens, doesn't he? Woo. Okay. I'm going to play something here. Everybody, just pay a little bit of attention. I know we did it yesterday on IG. It's 4 minutes long. And right after this, I want to have a brief discussion. Okay? So, good morning. I'm going to play this. There's a lot of depth to this. There's a lot going on in this. Wait.
Hallucinogenic chemical found in some mushrooms. Those magic mushrooms have been eaten recreationally for years. But now psilocybin is showing promising medical benefits. Last week, the New England Journal of Medicine published a study.
Watch this. 4 minutes.
Synthetic psilocybin improved depression rapidly. With more research,
I might add, this was yesterday, and it's Today Show.
Some people where other treatments have failed. Harry Smith has more in our Sunday Spotlight.
Harry Smith. Wait a minute. You guys remember Harry Smith?
As a teen, she quit. After 11 years of sobriety, fell off the wagon.
It was never a case where I could just have a drink and then not have another drink.
That changed dramatically after psychotherapy combined with psilocybin.
The third dose was like the icing on the cake that completed my experience and allowed me to move forward in life with a new path, a new hope. Oh, I'm about to cry.
Nicola was one of 93 participants in a double-blind study at NYU Langone Health. The results? More than 80% who were given the psychedelic treatment drastically reduced their drinking. 48% were completely abstinent 8 months after their first dose.
I was terrified of psychedelics. I never touched them, just out of fear of having a bad trip.
John Costas started drinking in his early teens. By 16, he was attending Alcoholics Anonymous.
Checked myself into rehab, did outpatient rehab. I had tried everything because I didn't want to stop, but nothing worked for me.
Through 12 weeks of psychotherapy, participants were given 2 doses of psilocybin and were given an option for a third. The psilocybin sessions were not easy for Costas.
My emotions were really amplified. So if I'm happy, I'm ecstatic. If I'm sad, I'm terrified.
During the sessions, John and the other participants were accompanied by 2 staff members who monitored them for possible physical or psychological side effects.
And they say, okay, let's see what it is, welcome it, embrace it, don't run from it.
Costas had profound and transcendent reactions to the psilocybin.
I saw a liquor bottle in the middle of a desert, and all of a sudden it disintegrates into the sand. And I thought that was pretty obvious symbolism for my alcoholism leaving me.
In the study, their improvement was evident immediately during the month after the first dose of psilocybin.
I love
Dr.
this guy.
Michael Bokenschutz headed the study.
We know that psilocybin can make it possible for the brain to change more than it
Brain to
ordinarily would.
change.
That change is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to modify, change, and adapt. Costas, the first participant in the study, credits the treatment with saving his life. And he says he's not had a drink in 7 years.
It worked almost like an antibiotic. I was sick. I went in, I took a few of these pills with the therapy, and then I left, and I'm done.
The results are promising, but more research is needed, says Bokenschutz.
It's not that it's a miracle cure that works for every single participant, but a lot of the patients, they learned something that was critical for them to understand in order to make these major changes in their lives.
For Sunday Today, Harry
Major
Smith, New York.
changes.
Harry, thank you very much.
Now,
On election day, all of the polls,
Yeah.
the punditry, the focus groups, and the tea leaves give way.
what's going on? Marvin Gaye asked this morning, what's going on? We're here to spread some love in here today. Wow. I want to talk about that for just a moment. Let me go turn on a camera and turn on some music. That's chock full of stuff. That was only 4 minutes long. That's on mainstream TV and website. Mainstream. Harry Smith, old Harry Smith. He's been covering all the different news angles forever. They're literally handing it to you on a plate, telling you it is the deal. They know it. They can't even keep it under wraps anymore. It's like a pressure cooker. I got it. Society, the dam is broken. The dam is broken, and we're not. I don't want us to be the choir preaching at each other here, because sometimes that's what happens. Okay, there's that music we gotta have, right? I don't want us to become the choir preaching at each other. I want us to energize each other to go out. And I don't mean like we're some kind of gospel spreader, go knock on doors, Jehovah Witness people. No, there is so much that we can do and help, and we forget so quickly the ripple effect. This guy right here reminded me, chock full of this. This gentleman that was drinking at 16 and couldn't stop, and he found a cure. And it's not a magic cure. The doctor said it's not magic. It changes your frame of references. Well handled, correctly done. We forget I'm getting carried away. This article just has so much information in it. If we mine underneath it and just look at it. That's why I had to play it again this morning. They don't even know how much they're telling us. They don't know how much is being revealed. I'm grateful they're revealing. Do you know that some kind of a production team and an editor and a staff, however they do TV and stuff, for a 4-minute segment on one of these shows, that's a big deal. They have hours of tape on the floor. Writers, somebody at the highest level of their decision makers, censors, had to say, yep, roll this. This is good stuff. This isn't just, oh, we saw a little thing on something. You have to understand that. Guess what? Every single person involved in that, even the button pusher that said, yeah, run it, is getting reprogrammed. And open to reprogramming everyone else. Yesterday, I made up my mind about one thing. I'll have to practice it, but it's in my mind now. And my glasses feel tilted. It's in my mind. Aunt Brenda, are we supposed to be throwing? I'm so sorry, I'm carried away here. Brenda Bean is getting chocolate donuts thrown at her. Brenda, if you're new here, so the crew, we throw chocolate donuts, make sure that we get them. We used to place them in front of you with a napkin and stuff like that, but now we don't. Now we throw them at you, and we hope you can dodge them. Okay? Brenda Bean is your Aunt Kim? How cute is that? Aunt K, KK. Good morning, Brenda. We don't offer powdered donuts here. No. It's, for me personally, it's a trigger. So powdered donuts are not allowed. Okay? Whoop, it's a trigger. Back to what I'm talking about here. Is it okay? Give me 5 people. Something's broken on my screen. I can't see. I only see 49 of something. I don't know if it's people here or I see 49 and a 0. So it's either the likes are wrong or something. Is this okay? Can I talk about this for about 5 more minutes with you guys? Is this okay with me? Is this okay with me? There's a couple more things I want to talk about that's in this. We're up to 30 likes. Okay, coolio. There's something messed up on top of my screen, but I don't want to go back and reset and lose everybody. See, yours is saying 52 with only one person watching. Jackie Cat, it's all messed up. Okay, we're not counting the top of the screen today. It's okay with me, exception. I'm going to do it then. Listen. I want to go to the guy that was talking there that said 16 years old, he was drinking, he couldn't find a cure, in and out of rehabs, AA, all of that. And AA is a wonderful thing, by the way. All of that. And he had an experience in a deeply therapeutic space and way. And it changed his life. But I want to say this to you. You know whose life it's not just his life changed. He has a wife and children. Imagine if he kept on the path that he was on, the life that they were going to have. Now he's a different person for those people in his life. Perhaps others, a little more extended family. Everyone around him is receiving healing from his healing. We forget that part. I'm happy to just be healed. My relationship with Brock is different. I'm not the authoritarian dictator, great Santini Pops I used to be to him. I give him a hug once in a while now. No kidding. The people you're going to impact from what you do. And then I'm going to take it one step further. I saw that guy on a national program on Today's Show telling his truth with no shame. With no shame. Proud. Happy to tell his story. How many people heard it? When he was going through his healing, do you think for 1 minute he thought his ripple was going to be that big? He was just a little pebble in his own healing pool. And through the construct of the universe, you don't know who you're going to impact, when, where, how. I'll get to your birthday there in a minute, Penny. I'm kind of on a roll. Happy birthday, but I'm watching that going, the impact that this healing has is deeper than an individual self-healing. Especially if you could do what so many of us here, I mean this sincerely, I'm not kissing your guys' asses here, what so many of us here are doing is we're teaching other people how to do it and spreading what we have. Harry Kay won a prize here, I think it was either Thursday or Friday. He writes to me, Pops, you're supposed to write and give me your address. He writes to me, Pops, give it away to a veteran. I have a lot going on. You look at his videos on IG, you bet he's got a lot going on. The guy's got like a mushroom reserve. He could go down to the VA right now and take care of about half of the place. That wasn't Harry Kay 9 months ago. I don't mean the living part. I mean the growing part. MVP can't stop. Matt Leonard. Oh my God. Has anybody been seeing Matt Leonard spawn lately? Think he isn't going to have great tubs because he won't quit? Then we got to talk about Scratchy Sandy. Poor Scratchy Sandy. Wakes up in the middle, yesterday morning, wakes up, the heater's out, everything's out. This is why I'm saying this about everybody here, and I'm missing about half of you. I'm just pointing a few out. There's others doing other things. The Bridgie train is on a roll. Do you know how much weed Bridgie's giving away or donating or helping or helping medicate others with? Just him I can think. I mean, come on, there's a million of you. Ripple effect. What's your ripple effect going to be? You don't know. Dude who quit and had the whiskey bottle experience melting into the sand had no idea that would ripple to me talking about him right now. And the girl on there, alcoholic, couldn't help it. Totally changed. This is why I get excited about this. For me personally, while I'm sitting in front of you ranting and raving. 3 years ago, little less than 3, when I turned the switch on, it said there's going to be a Detroit Mush Lab. And I am going to push forward this completely illegal, completely stigmatized. Very few people were even ready. This is 3 short years ago. I have a very conservative family I come from. My brother is the biggest big shot in the fire department you can imagine. My sister's extremely conservative values. My cops in the family, very conservative family. Pops comes along, and I've never been conservative. I've always been the out-of-the-box guy. Okay. I'm 60 years old, and I'm telling myself, I'm changing my life. I'm going to be a mushroom guy. I wasn't a black sheep, no, because I've always been not a black sheep. That's a different person, just a different personality. I didn't go with that flow. Okay, I definitely wouldn't say, call me a black sheep. That's okay, I don't care. Where was I? I'm telling my sisters, I'm going to be a mushroom guy. Start showing them pictures of my my lab. I'm starting to build a lab. Well, at this point, I got a little dehydrator, and I got maybe a grinder, and I got who knows, 1 grow 10. Oh, I'm all excited. And my sisters, both of them, were freaking out. Don't send us anything with your address on it. Don't, you're going to get busted. This is going to be, oh my God, don't tell the nieces and nephews. Oh, geez, really, our brother's doing what? And I'm like, you guys don't get it. This was almost 4 years ago. My family, because I came out to them first. I came out, I'm a mushroom farmer, get ready, because, there might be stuff come up, and you're going to find out that, hello, can somebody bail me out, right? So I have to tell the family first. And then when my one sister, she goes, yeah, that's you. She goes, you'll be over it. It's a phase. It's one of your hobby phases. You'll be done in 6 months. I give you 6 months. And inside, I'm like, I wonder if this is just a hobby phase. I wonder if it's just going to be 6 months. And in those 6 months, as I'm grinding away, I'm like, this is not a hobby at all. This is the coolest thing I've ever done in my whole life. And I've done a lot of really cool stuff. Kay Rin mentioned it to me this morning. She goes, Pops, you've done a lot of things in your life. I go, that's just because I'm old. I just have a lot more opportunities so far. But I have done a lot of things. More than most people. I'm really happy with that. When I get into the box, that big cardboard box they put me in, man, it's not like I didn't try to have a good time while I was here. It's not that I didn't go experience a whole lot of stuff. But my last phase, I wanted to just be helping people. That's what I told my sisters. I just want to help people in the most healthy, positive way. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know how good it really was. I'm so grateful to the universe that it said that a spore dropped on me and it started colonizing me into a mushroom guy. Because before that, I don't know where I'd be right now. I'm probably looking for a bigger yacht. Trying to figure out another investment. Thank God I'm not in cryptocurrency. Crypto schmipto. You didn't see that one coming? Come on. And I kept at it, and I kept at it, and I kept at it. And it grew. Because when I keep at something, I don't just keep at it like, I'm going to run another I'm going to run another shoebox today. No, if I ran a shoebox yesterday, let me run 4 today. If I run 4 today, I think I could do 30 tomorrow. Okay? And the reason is because the ripple is bigger. Don't do 30. The ripple gets bigger. I didn't know 3 to 4 years ago when I was telling my sisters I'm coming out. I'm a mushroom guy, I admit it to you guys. I didn't know that they'd be running things like this on the on in less than 4 years and telling the world it's all okay. Get on board. This train is a moving. And why is it moving, you guys? What is the steam behind it? It really works. That was the steam behind how come I could keep at it. Because I started giving this stuff to people, and they were coming back going, I need more. Pops, you're not going to believe what it's done in my life. I've told you guys some of the stories. I've told you some. I get these stories because of my unique situation. I get probably 5 to 10 stories a week, testimonials from people about how what we're doing is making a difference. If you get one of those, you're gonna go do another tub. You get one testimonial from someone, you're like, okay, well, I gotta go, I'm doing one tub. If Matt Leonard got one testimonial, he'd go to 5 tubs immediately. It's natural. Because the reason you're doing it in the first place is to help. It's working, let me help some more. Now get 10 of those testimonials just this week. You don't get to not go to work. You don't get to not grind. Because it's working. The whole reason you signed up in the first place is because it's working. And you heard that anecdotally. You heard that from people. You got a text, you got an email, got a phone call. Somebody told you in person when you dropped something off. But that was just you and me. That was just 50 people at a mush fest. It's not 50 people at a mush fest anymore, people. It's the Today Show. It's not 50 people anymore. It's not some weirdo cult that just does, oh, we get together, we got. It's people. If we weren't doing what we were doing, I can't even imagine. I'll give you an example. Takes 1 gram to go on, have an experience. How many grams are there in a pound? 448, something like that? Correct me. How many grams are there in a pound? Give me an answer. How many grams in a pound? 448? Well, that's just a number in my head. 448, right, Trippy? I usually say 450, but I think the real number is 448. 448, Eric. And there is a decimal number. That's true, because we're multiplying it by 28 instead of 28 point something. Okay? Let's just round it off to 450. We're going to just go with 450 as a universal rounded off number. Okay? 450. So you just do 1 pound. 1 pound. That's not a lot. It's not a lot over the course of this summer's work and harvest. 450 grams would go out from you, making 450 individual opportunities. It could even be more than that. One of those grams, break it up into 5 microdoses. So what's 450 times 5? Help me out. Who has a calculator? 450 grams, and we can make 5 capsules out of each gram. What's 450 times 5? Who's doing the math here? 2250? You guys have it? 2250? Okay. 2,250 microdose capsules. And maybe you microdose two capsules at a time. That's 1,125 microdose opportunities. Did you hear me? 1,125 microdose opportunities. That's like 3-4 years. That's like enough microdoses for every day for 4 years. Are you measuring your impact? Are you measuring your impact? I do. Coco Loco, isn't it amazing? Measure your impact. Because guess what it does? It should motivate you to see what you're doing. Why are you doing it? That's some crazy math. So that program, I think there's so much more in there. The other part in there, the neuroplasticity. Are we forgetting that I'm 62 maybe when I start microdosing, and my brain changed. 62-year-old brain. And I'm thinking, man, I imagine if I'd have done some rewiring, some reprogramming when I was younger, and then kept it up with filling it back up with positive, natural programs. My goodness, my brain I'd look like Lex Luthor right now. My brain would be boop. I walk around, get out of the way, I can't get through the door. What's wrong with that guy's skull? But that's when you start to go, that's when you're the scientist that's taking your own, and you know it actually works. And you don't have to see the dog jump around to know that it's really working. And then, the commitment. Back to neuroplasticity. Here's what's happened for me, because Pops is a learner type. I'm the type that likes to learn. Even now, I can't stop reading every day. What do you read, Pops? You know what I'm reading now? Thank you, Google. I have to thank Google for this. I'm getting a doctorate off of Google. I'm going to become a neuroscientist. Not a surgeon, because I won't do the surgery. I don't want to see the blood and stuff. But I want to know how it works. I'm turning myself into a neuroscientist. There's so much information. Yeah, I'm going to be a PhD from Google PhD. I have about 4 of them in other areas. You know how it is. It's easy to get a PhD off of Google. But we laugh, but it's true. There's so much information on there. Be careful. Don't just read one thing and accept it. Read about that thing, 4 different sources, and then come up with some conclusions of your own. Don't one source your information, especially from Google. But the good news is there's a lot of sources there. So I'll read about something, I'll read 4, I got to read a lot of different stuff about it, and then I can start coming up with some, Google conclusions. So all of that to say, I'm on the brain now. I've been reading about our brain is so, forget the universe, forget supernovas and black holes and red dwarfs and white whatevers and the sun and comets and our brain the most complicated, most, it's just unbelievable. And then what's really amazing is the advances that we're making now in being able to measure things in the way we've never been able to before. So it's fascinating. I'm learning. I'm just a student sitting in the room, so I can't tell anybody what I know. But I can tell you that growing mushrooms is teaching me neuroscience. And what we do know is that the brain has areas that have never fully, I won't say fully developed, they're blank spaces waiting for new information and new synapses and new connections, basically new wires to be put in. And then we can also have exercises to remove some of the wiring that we do have. True. We're literally capable of removing some of the wiring, disconnecting stuff and reconnecting it in other ways. Then the news is new connections always being available. Who doesn't connect their new connections very well are sloths. Their brain never grows. Stays the same size from the time they're a baby to the time they die. Microjournalism fraction. They don't grow, nothing, brain, no activity. It's just hanging there in a tree, and it starts hanging, it hangs there so long that it actually grows moss on it. I have a friend like that. Not really. I don't have friends like that anymore, but some of you might have friends like that. Their tree is the couch. Their tree is the trailer that they never get out of in the trailer park. We have friends like that. You know, people, I would argue, this is why I'm always happy here at T. I would argue none of you are. If you are, or you tend that way, one of the reasons you're here right now is because you're being anti-slothy. Right, Carlotta? We're being anti-slothful. We're not being sloths just because we're sitting here listening to somebody say something. Whether it's palaver and you agree with it or not, you're still getting brain activity. You're still getting input. And many of you are participating. That's what comments are. Comments are very anti-slothful. Right, Trippy? Nerdy just said it. You're actively learning and socializing right now. Therefore, I won't put you in the sloth category. I would say, and then some of you are even microdosing. Boop. I bet you there's a brain getting bigger. I bet you there's new connections coming. I know I sort of feel sorry for sloths too, but then I don't. It's, in a way, it is kind of, it's not the sloth's fault because he was born a sloth. But a person that's a sloth, I tell him to join the Marines. Okay? I tell him to join the Marines. You don't get to be a sloth for very long. Giveaway? It's not slothful to give something away. Slothful, anti-slothful. Let's give something away. Where am I? Where am I? I am in 2 states. Dos estados. Where am I? ¿Dónde está? Where am I? I am in 2 states. I'm Kansas City. I'm in Texas. I'm reading them as I see them. I'm Lake Texaco. I'm Maine. I am in 2 states. I'm the Mexican-U.S. border. I'm Niagara Falls. I'm St. Louis, Grand Canyon, Missouri and Kansas, New Mexico. I'm pretty good English. Coco Loco. I'm Bristol and Dakota and New Mexico. I speak Spanish. Big boy LaCroix, killing it. Lake Tahoe. Big boy, smash. I should say splash. Big boy, how'd you get that on one clue? Lake Tahoe is the answer. I am the largest alpine lake in the world. It's considered alpine, Lake Tahoe. The 1960 Winter Olympics were held here. I am in 2 states. My name is American Indian. I am one of the purest lakes in the world. It's true, I've been there. I've been on the lake. It's so gorgeous, the water. And you can look down and down when the light's right. You can see down and down. You can see the bottom until it slips away because it gets pretty deep. I've been up there for some skiing. I am famous for my gambling, sunny days, and skiing. There's Reno's right by there. Big boy LaCroix, congratulations. Biggie, you have one choice to make this morning. You have one choice to make, okay? First of all, you're going to get a Pops pack. We already did the math. We know you can get 1,150 of these. No, take it back. Well, you could have 1,150 2-dose situations out of 1 pound, right? Okay? So somebody could do the math. What's 2250? Hold on. What's 2250 divided by 10? 2,250 divided by 10. What's that come out to? 225? 225? I think it's 225. Yeah, nerdy, 225. So guess what? You basically can get 225 Pops packs out of a pound. 225 of these. A whole pack out of a pound. Boop. Okay, we're also going to give you Diskey's famous cinnamon picks. And then your decision, which do you want? Do you want Ghost or do you want Thrasher, bro? Biggie, do you want Ghost or do you want Thrasher? Boop, 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 beep, beep, boop, 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 beep. Ghost it is. You got it, brother. I will get this mailed off to you quicker than you can say Paparoo. Okay? Where'd that come from? Biggie, I love you, man. I'm glad you won. He said it. He said Lake Tahoe. How'd you guess Lake Tahoe that quick, bro? Okay, we're going to do one more giveaway here in just a minute. However, I just had something on my mind and I forget what it was. I forget. Senior moment. Pop-a-roo. Big boy, what a great way to start your week. Hey, the rule is this week you can only win 1 time per week. Okay? So if you win and you win again, let us know here so we can make sure that everybody gets some. Boop. You can't see it. It's too small to see. Books. Real quick, commercial for the Detroit Mush Lab. Commercial for the Detroit Mush. Oh, that's right, Faith. Thank you. I'll get to that. We'll see if Pop Croons could show up here real quick. Detroit Mush Lab commercial time, right? Yesterday was the end of the second week that we've had that site live. What I love about it so far, well, I love it, period, no matter what. I really do. It's fantastic. It's well presented and it's doing well. And we're doing our best to stay with all the orders and keep everybody informed and delivered timely. But I'll tell you what's, to me, has, just in the short 2 weeks, is it's a co-op, if you remember. It's not just one person. There's actually, at this point, there's 3 people involved. 3 people. So when you're there visiting, and if anything, the ripple effect of you is you're actually involving 3 people. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be like minds, all minds. Man, I'm getting to the place in my life, I'm so past all minds stuff. I don't want to be an all minds guy. And so it's a big share. And it's doing very well. Yeah, Precious. That's the one I was thinking of, you guys. I couldn't think of it. I've had 2 senior moments here this morning. Stop it, pups. So, no Preciouses. All right, Rena, the site, it's called the Detroit Mush Lab. It's all one word, the DetroitMushLab.com. And it has some mycology supplies on there. And this week, expect to see some more things added. Okay, we will put some more things up this week. Sourcing inoculum. Let's talk about that for about 10 minutes. Okay? Sourcing inoculum. Give me, before I go on, give me about 5 people. Give me about 5 people that not understood, can see my perception on this program that I showed the 4-minute clip, and then spent 40 minutes talking about what we're doing and the ripple effect of it. That'll be probably the big preach of the week, and we'll spend more time teaching and showing stuff this week. But gosh darn it, what's motivating you? I know, overjoyed, I used that word yesterday with a friend. I said, we're literally pioneers. And it isn't always easy. Pioneers, sometimes the Conestoga wagon crashes. You gotta fix a wheel. Sometimes a horse dies once in a while you get an arrow in your ass. The Indians are still out there. So, but in a way isn't it kind of cool? We're sort of the Woodstock generation of mushrooms. Do you know that? We're actually the Woodstock generation of mushrooms. You guys are going to get a look back on this and go in 20 years and go, yep, I remember when. It was what it used to be like. I have an example of what it used to be like. Man, back when I was a teenager, you had to walk like 10 feet across shag carpet just to change the cheat TV channel. I mean, come on. Things were tough back then. You have to walk all the way across the shag carpet. 10 feet or so. Boop. This is previous to remote control. I've been waiting to slip that one in there somewhere. Okay? Do you remember shag carpet? Do you guys remember shag carpet? There was a rake. I had shag carpet in one of my apartments. It was cool, multicolored shag carpet. Yeah, you're right, only 3 channels, but they had a rake you would literally rake it, then How creepy. I can't even imagine having a carpet rake in my house right now. Yeah, Kim, you remember it. And I'm not trying to be $1 million. What is that guy? Mike Myers? Hilarious. Shagalicious. Shush, Spoonie, I'm not talking about the Rams game. Get out of here. Whatever, rub it in guy. A carpet rake, Jackie. There's just something wrong, innately wrong with the concept. All right? It's bad enough that we have vacuum cleaners with all that stuff in them. One of the biggest fights of my life. I'm going to tell you a very, very quick story. I guess we're not talking about agar today. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I have to tell this story. No, I'm not going to tell that story. Never mind. Let's do this guy instead. Who's starting to show up? Who's coming around? Isn't it Penny's birthday today? She packs a penny, all right. Here we go. Oh yeah, Pop still has great looking hair. Ladies and gentlemen, I use that term loosely. Pop Croons is in the house! Oh. Is it Penny that we see today? Is it Penny and her birthday? Penny, if I toss you, will you come back, Penny? You give me a heart attack, it's your birthday, and I want it to be fun, it's your birthday. I hope it's never done, Penny. Toss it around, Penny, don't let it hit the ground, it's birthday. Happy birthday to you, Penny. Birthday, dear. Popcorn's out. Popcorn's, pops back in. Oh. Penny. Happy birthday, Penny. Are you going to send me your address? I need to send you a Pops pack. Okay. Hey, was that a good one? Was that one? Is that one? Can we? Hey, all of my numbers are working now. 82 people here, 77 likes. Must have been Pop Croons. Okay, it had to be Pop Croons. Hey, we met Penny in person. What a gorgeous, gorgeous lady. What a gorgeous lady. And Penny, you have to admit, I bet today you've had more happy birthdays wished to you than any other birthday before. That's what I bet. That was my bet. I bet you had about 77. Who has 77 people say happy birthday to them by 9 o'clock in the morning? Right? Very, very few. You have to be almost like a celebrity. Like a D-level celebrity. D-level. Maybe C-level, and you can get... We're at 77 likes, and that's not a fake number. That's what's on my screen. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you. What a beautiful morning. And the other thing, I remember now what I was going to say about the site. Books. I have 6 orders from you guys from last week on the books that we make. Right? 6. They're all done. They're all printed. They're all ready to go. I'm waiting for my shipping envelopes. As soon as I get the padded shipping envelope that I can put them in, it'll go out. I think I'm getting them today. My tracking says I'll get them today. So I should. And then the books will go out. So if you're here and you happen to have a book order, it's coming. So it's done. It's ready. I'm just waiting on the envelope that it goes out in. Okay? Just for clarity's sake. The other thing we can talk about, you're welcome, Momo. The other thing we can talk about is tracking. Tracking. So you have people that are working diligently, I won't say hard because there's no sweat coming down, but with integrity and impeccability. I mean this. We don't want to be a site or somebody that's trying to get something out that we're not doing our best. Or that if we say we've done something, we really haven't. If that becomes a problem, then we shut it down. That's what happened last time, one of the things. We weren't keeping things going the way they should have. Tracking is a problem, though. Tracking's hard when you're doing it the way we're doing it. That's all I can say. It's harder now to provide tracking than it has been in the past. POPs tracking almost means nothing anyways, because when I send tracking, the post office doesn't scan it anyways. So you're sitting there putting the tracking in that I've given you, and you think nothing's come, and all of a sudden, boop, there it's on your doorway. Thank you, post office. I can't change that. So I send tracking to people, and they're sitting there going, where's my tracking? Where's my bat? Tracking turns out to be a communication issues rather than anything else. I remember the day, wasn't that long ago, where you trusted your supplier. I remember that day. He told you something was coming. You sit there and wait, and it comes. The tracking really should be to him, because in case it didn't get there and you have a complaint, I can look it up and go, no, hold on a minute. I show it was delivered. But before that, tracking just sort of sits in your hands, and you just become this anxious individual. Oh, I gotta check my tracking again every 6 hours. Every 6 hours, I'm gonna check my tracking. But no, the status hasn't changed. There must be something wrong. I'm gonna send them another note. And this is an anxious business. We're working with people that have anxiety issues, or anxious people ourselves. So now an anxious person has to answer back an anxious person. So tracking is between people at this level sometimes becomes more of a problem than a solution. Give me 5 people that understand that. Yeah, Trip, you send me another one every 6 hours. Here's the other side of it. Here's the other side of it. Let's take it all the way. We have 2 more minutes here. Let's take it all the way. The guy sending you something, the guy sending me something, he's taking all the risk. He's taking all the risk. The guy receiving something's an innocent receiver. You can literally, to the authority, to the mushroom police that are knocking on your door as they're handing you the box, you could say, I never ordered that. I don't even know what it is. You'll also notice about 99% of the time you open a box from us, it doesn't have anything on there that's going to get you busted. You'll also ask yourself a question. I asked somebody this in the state of Florida last week. When was the last time you heard about somebody getting busted for a mushroom sent to them in the mail? I looked it up over the weekend. I did huge research. I had friends looking it up. There hasn't been a single incident in the state of Florida. Just as an example, that was the only state I spent all that time looking up. My point is now it's paranoia at the receiver's end. Oh, what will happen if somebody else gets the box? If somebody else gets the box, I'll send you another one. Has anybody ever, have I ever done that before? Have I ever said, oh, okay, never mind. Let me just send you another one. Do we really question you? Now, if you did it 3 times in a row, every time I send this person something, they tell me they didn't get it. After a while, you stop sending them stuff. So tracking is almost a privilege. And then it becomes a chain to the supplier. It also becomes, guess what it becomes? Guess what? A record. A record. Now we have a record. Do we want one of those? Mrs. or Mr. Paranoid in Arkansas? That's been sending me, where's my stuff every 6 hours? I don't want somebody else to find it, but there's tracking out there on it. So I'm sort of on a high horse here about tracking. I don't know where to go yet. We're still providing it. But I don't know if it's a good idea. Help me out here. Help me out here. I told Sandy I was going to have this minor talk. Nobody's saying that you don't deserve it either. Here's what I was thinking. Anything over $100 or something, get them tracking. Yeah. Pops, I need 6 caps. Where's my tracking? And that's the other thing, Matt. It becomes a lack of trust. It really does. And there's also a pattern. There's a pattern. It's the same people asking every time, and every time they're like, oh, Pops, you're right, I got it after all. I stressed you out for 4 days in a row. It came exactly like you said it would. I'm sorry. Well, it's okay, don't worry about it, I understand. You're going to do it to me next time, aren't you? No, absolutely not. They do. Trippy, I'm not joking. I had an order for 6 caps. I'm not kidding you. It's okay. No one's making fun of that. That's all they wanted. But then I have to send them tracking too. And now they're going to stress me out. It's a tough one, Karen. So, anyways, for now, I'm overjoyed. I understand tracking gives you peace of mind, you think. But then when you start stressing out because you have information and it's not lining up with what the post office says, you don't have peace of mind anymore. I've just sent you anxiety. I've sent you an anxiety pill. Okay? Who wants an anxiety pill? We're doing this stuff so we're not anxious. It's a slippery slope, Reb. We're not there yet. But I'm closing in on the idea of we're not going to do tracking unless it's over a certain amount. Or, you're a type of client that you can't do this business without tracking. We'll make an arrangement to get you tracking. But to expect it and to have it be part of the process, we're reevaluating that. Okay? So that's just out there on the board. And it's something that mature people talk about. Right? It's something you need to decide too. If you're going to start helping other people out, how are you going to handle it? Are you going to provide tracking to them every single time, et cetera, et cetera? Then you'll figure out what's the best for you too. Okay? Coco has got a point. I prefer not to have tracking on some stuff. So as you can see, there's a lot of opinions on this. Right? And I had mine. Mine was, I'm providing tracking every time. And you know what? I don't know. You can't always say, I'm always going to do something this way, period, at the end. You have to say what's best. Learn, grow with the process. How are we going to do it? So it's best for everybody. Okay? Here's the thing. I got to say this. I live off of my reputation. I personally, I don't mean money-wise. I mean, I value it. I go back to my Marine Semper Fidelis, always faithful. If I tell someone I will do something, I will do it, or I'll tell them why I couldn't. I'll get back to them and try to fix it unless I completely forgot, and sometimes I gotta blame myself for being old. If I told someone in a text, I sent it, you can put that in cement. You can go engrave it in a tree in your front yard. I sent it. I won't say that if I don't, and my system's super simple to be able to send stuff. So if I say I sent it, you must trust me until I give you a reason not to. If I give you oh God, this guy's shady. Every time he says that, it comes a month late. If I said I sent it, and then what I do is I fix it immediately. If it's not working, you get refunded and you get another package, something. It gets fixed like that. So that's my character. And then when it gets, I have a trigger that I work on. When people question me in this, because it's so important to me and I do put the effort in to be that provider, when they question me on it with no evidence except their own anxiety, but you're still, I don't know if you really said it. Bro, you need to get a grip because you're dealing with pops. That's the end of that commercial. I didn't lose anybody, like nobody ran away from listening. So thank you. I appreciate it. You have to understand, develop that, way to go, that reputation where you're sterling gold. You're sterling gold. And if you're not, you don't belong here. And guess what? You don't last either. That's where you've seen the faders go. Bloop, up and out. Because they weren't respecting you. They weren't really here to deliver medicine. They were here to make a quick buck. I can make a quicker buck here than I can doing marijuana. Let me pour some M&S. Go. How much money can I get out of this? You're not lasting, pal. Who am I? Who am I? I shouldn't say that. I should say, what am I? What am I? Thank you, DJ. I am said to have had a bigger impact on pop culture than The Simpsons. What am I? I am said to have a bigger impact on pop culture than The Simpsons. Pop shrooms is the answer. No, it's not. No. South Park, Mickey Mouse, Game Boy, neat answer. Internet, Friends, Frasier, Family Guy, MTV. On pop culture, I had a bigger impact. I am the first animated series to show a couple sleeping in the same bed. Hero, Disney, Facebook, CD, Michael Jackson, SpongeBob, social media, SpongeBob, Minecraft, South Park, Friends. There it is, Silly Gal. She's got Fred and Wilma sleeping in the same bed. Flintstones, you got it, Silly Gal. You haven't won in a long time, congratulations. TV Guide rated me the second greatest TV cartoon ever. I am an animated version of The Honeymooners. Pow! I am said to have a bigger impact on pop culture than The Simpsons, and the first animated series to show a couple sleeping in the same bed. Mick Jadestone and the Rolling Boulders were the favorite bands of my male characters. Mick Jadestone and the Rolling Boulders. And I was the first primetime animated TV show. I don't remember watching the Flintstones in prime time. I remember watching them in the mornings. I don't remember prime time. Silly gal, the winner you are. Silly, silly, silly. You have an extra pack here today. You're getting a Pop 10 pack. You're getting Cinepix from Disky. You're getting 2+ grams of beautiful, and I'm not joking, beautiful Thrasher. Look how beautiful and blue those are. Boop. You're also getting 2 grams of dust. Dust it up, have fun with that. And you know what? Since it's Monday and you guys had to spend the whole day listening to me, I'm going to go ahead and cap you off with a couple of caps. Why don't we throw a couple of caps in there too? A 2-cap pack. Okay? So that box will go out to the silly gal today. You guys, I have a bunch of neat boxes going to go out this week to you guys. You deserve it. I love giving stuff away. We're going to have a fun week here. We'll spend less time on Pops' soapbox tomorrow and more time in our mycology Bible tomorrow. Silly gal, if you could get me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab, I keep pointing like I'm wearing it on my head. I'm not. The DetroitMushLab.com. We'll get that out to you. What a great morning. I did a lot of talking today, didn't I? You guys have a great day. Remember what we say here and what we do here. Remember your ripple effect. What motivates you? Kindness, goodness, generosity, growth. You're all pretty motivated. I don't see a single sloth here. Same much time, same much channel. See you guys here tomorrow. See if I can get these glasses straightened out. Have a fleeky day and get off the couch, Kim. Wes, I have added you to all my work calendar. Thank you, Wessie. Wessie Smoke. And Penny Pack, happy birthday. Jesus Christ, Matt Leonard, Momo and Maddie, and Kimberly and Super, and Whiskey and RX, and Overjoyed, love you, Annie. And Mike Baraball, thank you. You are too. Trippy Hippie, you're always great here. I love you here. Where's City Sid? DJ and Rebel and Sherry Buckman. Hey, Cher. Daniel, have an unslothful day. Lad Rand, have a great day, kid. Laura, be absolutely divine. Matt Leonard, going for it. Savage. Penny Pack, birthday girl. Enjoy your day. Spoonie, Harry K. Thanks for your generosity, Harry K. I gave your package to a veteran here on Saturday. Your personal package, boop, here it is. And I showed him your site. I think he joined your IG page. Gypsy Life and Bridgie. Bridgie, I love you, kid. Keep doing what you're doing. Green Table and Truzo and Wessie and Joe Doobs and Papa Wheelie. What a great guy. Jennifer, have a great day. Feel better. Jackie Cat with all the stars. Nerdy. Super Perfundo. Mozzie and Zozo LSD. Eric, have a great day, kid. Exception to the rule. You are exceptional. I loved your note to me this weekend. Thank you. Penny Pack and Rob and Sandy the Sandman. And Desi Osborne Obscene, Overjoyed, and Kieran. That's my girl right there. Jesus and Mikey and Jeffrey all the way from New Zealand. Mo Grizz and Silly Gal and Pop Croons has to be here Wednesday. Vegas, you got it. We're going to have to put on a Vegas show then. Big Boy and Air. No, ALR, Aller, EMT and Jesus Christ in Australia. Big Boy, bye from Tad too. How you doing, Taddy? Carlotta, you keep being you, cornbread. Harry K and Moms, there's Moms. And Big Boy, building the shower from scratch. Shasta, good deal. Scotty Ross and King, there's Scott Ross. Scotty all the way from Cali. Excuse me. There's Faye, the Juju lady, MVP, overjoyed Mike, DJ. I'm going to scroll quick now. Wes and Hags and Sidey and Mike and Mo and MVP and Coco, ALR, Jimmy Max, Jesus Christ, MVP, Jesus Christ, Faye, Carlotta, Shasta, Mikey, DJ, Pop's Peace. I got to go get a drink of water. Get out of here. You guys have a great day. Be kind.